Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Alex, the Comic Order. Thank you so much for clicking play on this video. Yesterday was January 4th. It was only the 4th day of the new year, and I already went back to STL Comics. So I've been to STL Comics twice in 4 days. So I've got a lot of footage. I've got 25 minutes worth of footage loaded in after the intro. So I'm going to try to pare that down to at least the most enjoyable. So I'm going to watch through that, and then I'll show you guys what I picked up. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Here we go. This video is sponsored by the Shortbox app. It's the easiest and safest way to buy and sell graded comic books online. There's a link in the description below that lets them know that I sent you. Download the app for both Apple and Android users. Download the app and start shopping today. Okay, so this is kind of inspired by Lunch Money Comics. I really enjoy his stuff. I love the hunting in the field aspect of his videos and seeing all the good stuff. So I'm going to really try to limit what I edit out of this, but this is me walking into STL Comics yesterday on the 4th. And I just want to show you just the vastness of this place. It is incredible. And I stop here to the right is the counter. You see all these glass cases, and I kind of want to highlight some of the stuff that's in here just so you have an idea of like what random collectibles they have in here. They've got those nice cards. I don't collect a lot of this stuff, but it makes me want to collect some of it just because it's there. It's good prices. Like as an example, this display case with all those Power Rangers. I wasn't into Power Rangers. I was a little beyond that. I was a little too old for it, I think. I was more into Voltron, but I want that. And also this Powers of the Force Princess Leia figure, Slave Leia, for $125 carded. I feel like that's a good deal. That's just something that I've been so tempted to pick up. And then when you walk in the door to the left, they've got these shelving units right here. And it's got these Power Rangers. What I liked about this was that 4 set of those turtle statues. I think that's really cool. That would be great to have with pair with a Ninja Turtles #1. Vintage Star Wars stuff, Hero Clicks, and then more statues. I'm not really a statue collector, but this place is making me want to collect statues. And then you've got these great DC 75th anniversary figures. They came out a couple years ago. The couple that I would like in here is like the Blue Beetle, the Booster Gold. I like both this Kid Flash and the Flash, but the Shazam, and then underneath it is the Mary Marvel. I really was tempted to almost pick those up, but it was like one of those things where it's like, oh my gosh, I don't need to spend all this money. But every time I go into STL Comics, I want to spend money. They've got a vintage booster pack there. That's really awesome. I think that's Fossil. And then some cards there, some garbage pail kids, an unopened box of Mortal Kombat. Sorry, I'm a little delayed here. And then they've got some statues here to the right. I think that Galactus may be like a Build-A-Figure. I'm not sure, but I like that Flash statue in the background. Anyways, good stuff here. Then they've got their wall books. And honestly, they have so many wall books in their back issue bins. I like that Weird Terror. It's $90 there. I was really tempted to pick that one up. The wall goes 2 walls. It's really great. They've got some cheap slabs. The only reason why I'm showing the slabs is they had an EGS book there, $25. That's the only reason why I'm showing the slabs. But then they've got these magazine style, all these hot books. Like months ago, these books were going crazy, and they've got them for a great price, which is really great. I want to read that Frank Miller. I think it's John Romita Jr. Superman story. I want to read that. I was tempted to pick it up, but I didn't. I also want to read the Last Ronin storyline. Tempted to pick that up, but I didn't. And then in a couple issues here, you see, and I flip back to it, Batman Damned. Obviously, that was a humongous key, probably a couple years ago. Look at their shop. Insane. All those back issues underneath, they have boxes of toys. Like those look like Lord of the Rings. Further on down, they have Star Trek. Just other vintage toys. I wanted to give you guys an example of what's in their $2 boxes. Good stuff. There is great stuff in their $2 bins. Most other shops would have those for like $3 to $5 anywhere in those just back issue, random issues. But I mean, it's Amazing Spider-Man. There's good stuff in there. So I flip through, show you some of the Mark Bagley issues, and then they always put new issues, like whatever they just got or whatever they're putting out. These are $2 issues that they're just putting out. So wanted to highlight those as well. Great stuff. I mean, this isn't junk. It's good stuff that other shops would like I said, have for $3 to $5. This is their prices mark. So I landed on this book for quite a while because I was like, is this the one that I already have? I was thinking it was the first Infinity Gauntlet. That's the Resurrection of Thanos. I don't have that book. I should have bought that book for the Foundational Comic Collection. So I'm just flipping through. I'll probably spend a little bit more time. The majority of this video would probably be on these prices mark books because that's where I spend the most of my time when I'm in this shop. Love this stuff. I always get this one confused. There is another Scotty Young variant that's really expensive. I always think that's the one. That Sam Alexander is a good book to pick up for $10. I think that's a really good modern key spec. Some nice Frank Miller, Daredevil, great Bronze, Copper Age, X-Men. Really like their J. Scott Campbell exclusive stuff. That's a great book. I was really tempted to pick that one up. Some nice Silver Age, late Silver Age, Doctor Strange, $15. That's a great price too. Man, every time. Oh, and this is a really nice Captain Carter. I thought that was, is it Ashley Witter? I thought that was a great variant. So as we're just looking, I think this is Peach Momoko. Nice book there. And I always, my eye always gets, I always stop on those Tron variants. Lots of truth. Really nice Daredevil, Spider-Man issue there. And then I think this is the Scon Venom 27. Really nice book, $20. Marvel Point 1 variant. I'm not sure which Marvel Point 1 this is, but I've never seen that variant before. Some Charles Soule, Daredevil. Love that run. Oh no, Chip Zdarsky. Sorry. Chip Zdarsky run. Great stuff. I always like that Alex Gardner. And then you get this Adam Hughes. 3 issues of Adam Hughes. That one's a key issue, but I'm not going to tell you why. You can watch Seeking Near Mint for that. But great issues. The Magic run, where Magic's an adult. I stop on this Blackest Night Batman because I really love Blackest Night. All the tie-ins were fantastic. And then Blackest Night, the full series there. So if you want to read a good story arc, Blackest Night, or any of Jeff Johns' Green Lantern from that time frame, mid-2000s. All right, so now I'm just starting in on the back issues, Action Comics, great Silver Age stuff, some signed books. I stopped on this book because I saw that it was signed, so I wanted to show you guys. There's just random signed books in here, and there's random signed books in like the $5 bins, the $2 bins. It's crazy. Adventure Comics, Age of Ultron books, all new Wolverine. Number 1 is one that I want with the J. Scott Campbell variant. I looked for that on day 1 when it came out, and I couldn't find it. It's a book that I've always wanted since that book came out. Second, Black Cat. That was in the new books the other day, and now it's filtered into the, the back issues here. It's a really cool variant. I like that one. Same book that was in the new prices marked. Might filter out some of this. There's a nice Frank Cho signed Black Cat issue. Red Goblin stuff. Another J. Scott Campbell, which we showed in the last video, Scotty Young. Women of Power. There's all sorts of great books in the back issues. Aquaman. I always usually stop on Betty and Veronica stuff just because I want to find a few issues, Betty and Veronica 40. And then a few of the Innuendo Archie books. Some Deathlock. Nice Astonishing. I always look for issue number 6. I loved the first run of Astonishing X-Men. I remember reading that when it came out. Every single month I'd go back, and then they disappeared for months. And I was like, what happened to the story? They just took a break. But I love the first arc in there. Some Avengers. That's a cool Avengers book signed by Jim Shooter. I think Miss Marvel. Oh, and then Skyfox. But back to that Avengers 200, I think the key is something, it's like controversial. Miss Marvel finds out that her current love is really her son from the future or something stupid, crazy like that. Really like this negative space variant. Was really tempted to buy that. Just can't buy everything when I'm in this shop because they always have new stuff anyways. So I know that when I go back, there's going to be great stuff. But Anyways, I'll filter out some of the stuff. Maybe there's another signed book. Not sure who that's signed by, but I think that's Neil Adams. Some bronze and copper Batman. There's a Killing Joke subsequent print, not sure. Long Halloween. Then some signed Batman Superman books, not sure who that artist is. Now, a cameo of Damian Wayne. And then first full of Damian Wayne. Both great books. I don't have either one of those in my collections at the moment, but I think I would like some. I think that's a Greg Capullo signed. I'm not sure. I recognize it, but it might be Greg Capullo. Now, this looks like Don Mateague, but I'm not really sure. I didn't spend the time to look, but they've got lots of those. It looks like a Don Mateague cover. They've got some Dark Knight. I'm not sure how much of this we're going to keep in the video. Maybe all of it. Who knows? Maybe we'll make this video a 25-minute video. Oh, here's one that I pulled out. Big Hero 6. I've always wanted this book. First appearance of a lot of characters. $10. And I'm also looking for the J. Scott Campbell variants of this Black Panther run when Shuri is the Black Panther. There is the first appearance of Shuri as Black Panther in like a future state storyline. Black Widow, I'm always looking for cool covers there. Catwoman, that is the Blackest Night tie-in and Adam Hughes cover. We've got all sorts of different ages in this. Prices marked. Really great stuff. Canto number 2. Okay, I had to cut some of that out, but you have this all-new Captain America number 1, first appearance of Sam Wilson as Captain America. Great book, and then you've got the cosplay cover there. That's a modern comics reprint of Captain Atom number 83, the first appearance of Blue Beetle. Some nice Captain Marvel books there, some variants. I don't know what it is about this Guardians of Nowhere book with the Venomized Gwen, but I always think it's something super important. I always look at it. I always have to stop when I see a J. Scott Campbell. That's a Midtown Comics for $10. That's a great book. And then you've got tons of Immortal Hulk. So they've got pretty much any issue you'd want. Tons of the variants for issue number 1. Super cheap. So I don't know what's happened to that book, if it's gone way down, but I remember that book being super expensive. I've never seen that variant before, $25. That's another one I don't think I've seen before, but just great stuff. Of course, I have to make sure that I stop on any Silver Age or really good Bronze Age. This is Iron Man number 5. I always like this book for some reason. I think I had it when I was younger, and it's always pretty cool to see that book. It's always tempting for me to pick that one up as well. Oh, and I like this one. It Really Happened, Golden Age book for $15, I think. It's an Alex Schomburg cover. So if you want Alex Schomburg, they have it here, $15. That's really cool. Then you've got the first appearance of the adult Ilya Rasputin, first appearance of Logan. Got some great New Mutants books here. And then some more Mark Brooks signed for $15. That's a great deal. Got all sorts of different variants of that one, or variations. I really like this Nightwing book. And then right behind it was the first appearance of Phantom X. Here's the Old Guard number 1. Love the Netflix show, love the Netflix movie. And I was actually reading a lot of Independence at that time when that book came out. I was really tempted to pick it up, but for some reason that day I was lazy and didn't pick it up. Really nice Patsy Walker, Patsy and the Pals. Awesome, awesome book there. And just some more great books. Now here's one that I'm really kicking myself that I didn't pick up. Rachel Rising number 1 for $20. Now obviously that book must have gone down, but that's a great key. And then I wanted to stop on this for Dr. Von Chilla to see the Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos. Also Silver Age Dave, because there's a Silver Age Dave classic in here. Look at the great condition on these books and also the great prices. You can get some Sergeant Fury and the Howling Commandos Silver Age great books for extremely cheap. And these are nice condition copies too. $10, $12, $15 at the most, I think. Another great book there. $10 there. Gosh, I might pick these up. I might pick them all up if I go back soon enough. and they're still there. There is the Silver Age Dave Spectacular. $10 for that great issue. Some more great looking covers and books. It's definitely something that probably should have picked those up. But once again, I didn't want to just buy everything that I saw that day. Now 15 center. Then you've got some great Star Wars issues. I really didn't have the patience to look through all of the Star Wars, but there are some really nice condition copies in there of some great Bronze Age Star Wars. Right before The Last Jedi came out, this book was a massive key. I remember it was like on all the hot lists, and you can see if you're patient enough, you can get those keys for much less. Just flipping through, just making sure there was none of the really big keys, the Boba Fett stuff or the Empire Strikes Back. That's a cool Empire Strikes Back, but it's not the one that I was looking for. Awesome stuff there. Now this run of Darth Vader from Charles Soule, I think that's an Inquisitor key there, those two books. I loved this Charles Soule run. It was fantastic. It was amazing. I was reading them every single issue that they came out. There's a Gray Jedi there. I think this one maybe an Ahsoka Tano key issue, but either way, really cheap, good stuff. Here is a Tales to Astonish number 94. Just looking through this section. When I get to about this, if I'm looking through all the boxes, when I get to about this deep into the boxes, teas, I start getting fatigued. Like if I go to Half Price Books or Second and Charles or someplace like that, and I get this far into it, I get so fatigued. One nice thing about St. Louis Comics compared to other shops or vendors that have used books or vintage books is then you come across great lots of Thor like this for affordable, nice high grade copies of Thor. So these are honestly books that I probably should have picked up as well. It would have probably been, $120 to get all of those, but it might have been worth it. Really like that Art Germ cover. And then I was talking to Pop Comics on his live show today. You can get these Mighty Thor keys for so cheap now. $35 for the first appearance of Jane Foster as the Mighty Thor. You can get the hip hop variant for $25. And I saw the other one, the Scotty Young variant. Some great stuff. And the Jason Aaron run, you can find those keys much, much cheaper now. So then you turn around and you see this shelf. And so behind this shelving unit is the desk. So just to kind of give you perspective of where I am, I looked at these things. Those were so cool. I think those would be awesome to have. The Golden Age Justice Society of America, little figurines. Nice stuff here. You got the Punisher van, new in box for $250. You got some more statues and legends and Pokemon, and then you go back in this room and it's 2 for $1 comics, and they don't have junk in here. They've got great stuff. If you're willing to dig, you can find some amazing Bronze and Copper Age books. Like there's Copper Age, there's Bronze Age. If you dig in here, you can find great stuff. I've done it before. There's Marvel team ups and 2-in-1s and just great stuff. It's fantastic. Sometimes you'll have rips on these books. Sometimes you'll have rips in the cover. There's some more Bronze and Copper Age goodness. This room is just packed with these 2 for $1 books. I think it's a great deal. You can find some really great run fillers in here. You can find some really great books. I'm not a 50-cent or dollar bin diver, but you can get some good stuff in there. And then you get the $5 section right here. I think that stuff looks good. It's always good to go through there. Then you've got the trade paperbacks and omnibus section. I'm not an omnibus collector either, but really tempted when I go to St. Louis Comics. They've got some really nice prices, some great trades and collected issues there. Essentials, really love Essentials because you can get some good stuff. Now this Green Lantern box set really had my attention for $60. If I had the first appearance of Hal Jordan still, I would be really tempted with that. And then you've got some loose figures and some pretty rare ones too. Then these are under that huge row of back issue bins. You've got some great Star Trek figures, other figures. There's even some Marvel Legends under there. And then on this back wall, that's all TMNT stuff from the childhood, from our childhoods. I focused in on that Casey Jones, a really cool figure. And then you've got some of the original turtles there. I'd like an original set. I'd like just a nice, solid original set. It doesn't even have to be carded. Then you've got those, I think those are like Art FX statues, dollar bin books, some more great DC figures. I love those Crisis on Infinite Earth figures, but look at this dollar bin section. Holy smokes. Then we get to the Marvel Legends once again. That was one of the reasons why I went back. I go back for no reason. I just love being there. They've got great Marvel Legends collections. I wanted to pick up some more for my son. I was really tempted with that Falcon figure, that Marvel Legends Falcon figure, but I knew my son would open it up. He's an out-of-the-box collector. Then for my wrestling fans out there, don't want to neglect you guys. They do have wrestling figures. My favorite was the Razor Ramon, obviously. Anything after that era, I didn't really care about. Now, this is behind the counter. There's a room behind the counter with video games. But I think this might be actually the last clip that I show. I go to STL Comics so much that I kind of have to budget myself when I go in there or just really be picky on what I want. And so I knew I had one book waiting for me and I wanted to pick up some more of these Marvel Legends for my son. Their prices are insane. So I picked up this WandaVision, the Vision, White Vision. Shout out to the Comicholics who so long before anyone else, they were buying into the White Vision spec with the West Coast Avengers. And this one was $12 new in box. It has the Build-A-Figure for Falcon there. Really cool White Vision figure. Here is that and the card back. So when my son was in there, he picked up the Baron Zemo, the Captain America Sam Wilson, and he picked up the U.S. Agent. But he didn't pick up the Winter Soldier. And I told him, I said, oh, we should have bought the Winter Soldier. And sure enough, it's gone. They might have still had Loki, but they had this one, and Scarlet Witch is also gone now. We can't quite complete the set, and I asked Eric, and they don't have any duplicates of this series, but either way, I was happy that I was able to pick up this one. And the Build-A-Figure is Falcon, or Captain America Sam Wilson's wings. So that is the figure that we picked up. And then the book that I picked up was for $30, and it's a book that I try to pick up every single time, and I will show you guys the interior of this book. But this one is Tales of Suspense, number 75. This is the first appearance of Agent 13, Sharon Carter. So I'm really happy to have this. I buy this and the Peggy Carter issue every single time. That's 77. Buy it every single time I see them. When you buy a Silver Age book, really good to count the pages. Now, I didn't count the pages when I was in there, but I'm going to show you guys how to count pages in this. So you've got the front cover. That is page 1. So page 1. And I also kind of support it like this, as you can see, so that it doesn't, disconnect any of the staples or put too much stress on that. So that's page number 1. You want to get 9 pages to the center and you should be at the staples. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I should see the staples when I look down. And sure enough, I do. I see the staples in here. So anyone, if you're buying Silver Age, Bronze Age comics, or if you're buying comics that are valuable, count the pages before you leave the shop. I've left shops where it's like 9 pages to the center. It's like 6 pages to the back cover. And I'm like, whoa, what happened? And sure enough, there's pages cut out. So I should be able to count 9 pages to the back cover. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll stop there and show you Sharon Carter. And there's another Sharon Carter right there as well. Okay, so I was on 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Everything is attached. Everything is great. $30, first appearance of Sharon Carter. Love this. And that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you're brand new to the channel, hit that subscription button, hit that bell to be notified when there's future videos. Was the footage too long? Was it not long enough? Did you guys enjoy the footage? Let me know. I would definitely love to do more of that stuff, inspired by Lunch Money Comics. Great new channel to YouTube. He's just taken over the place with his great content. So definitely check him out. And yeah, let me know. Leave a thumbs up if you could, and comment down below what you thought of this video. And I'll talk to you all on the next one. See you. Bye.